Today, New Yorkers are getting a head start at the polls as today marks the first day of early voting in the city's mayoral race. MSNBC's Laura Hafley has the very latest from New York City for us. So, Laura, how important is it for residents to come out and vote in this election? Are there any bigger impacts that this election will have on other ones?
It's incredibly important for voters to participate in this election. This is a high-stakes election for New Yorkers in particular, who are hoping for a more affordable future for the city when it comes to housing, health care, rent costs, but it has a more broad impact as well. It's all eyes on New York City right now on a national level at the White House. President Trump, obviously this being his hometown, he has a bit of a stake in the game. And the mayor of New York City tends to carry a very heavy political weight and a heavy political influence, especially now heading into 2026 and then 2028. This election matters a lot. And so the city of New York is doing what they can to get voters to the ballot box, and that's why we're here today. This is the first day of early voting. I've spoken to people who are casting their ballot, thankful they can get here today because during the election day on November 4th, they're moving, or they can't get out of work, or they have to be with their kids. Really grateful that we have this 9-day stretch to make it work for their schedule to be here to cast their ballot. This early voting also increases voter turnout, which has been steadily declining in New York City. In 1989, so we're talking the mayoral race between Rudy Giuliani and David Dinkins, the voter turnout was at 60%. In 2021, it dropped to 23%. Granted, those numbers are a little bit skewed because of COVID, but it does give you a good example of this decline in voter turnout. We spoke to Citizens Union. They're a voter reform government accountability group here in New York City, and they say it's important for everyone to get to these ballot boxes and vote.
The mayor's race has really become a national story, even though it's taking place in the 5 boroughs. There's been a lot of conversation, attention from the national media, from the White House, from others who are closely watching this race to see what happens. So all of that attention, I think, is helpful for making sure New York City voters know that there's an election, that it's incredibly important, and they go out to vote.
And it's not just the mayor that people are voting for. We have public advocate, a position previously held by New York Attorney General Letitia James, of course, city council member. So there's a lot to look at on these ballots. And again, people turning up today for this early voting, really grateful to be able to come here and make it work for their schedule.
I got to tell you, I'm still getting over the statistics you put up there, Laura. 60% in 1985, or 1989 rather, to 23%. Wow. As someone who thinks voting is such an honor and privilege, it's pretty stunning. But thank you for all of it, and we'll see you again.